Hello, everyone. How you doing? There we go. Ian is here. Qasim is here. The recluse is here. Um, guys, can you tell me, Soha, how's my audio? Let me actually bring you up on my phone as well. I have 3 screens, if you count my phone as well, so I can notice when you guys are tagging me, so I can read your comments in the live chat, especially if you're a member. Make sure you tag Atheist Republic if you want me to read your comment. Okay, guys? Come on. I mean, Soha is going to be here. Oh, what the hell? All right, cool. Greetings. Oh, Lucas here. Yay. AGA is here. New member. Where's the new member? Whoa, new member. Good thing AGA noticed. Soha is telling the audio is great. Mr. Jacob Rabbit, thank you for becoming a new member. It's great to have you. And what are we calling ourselves now? Family? Yes. I think it's fine. People told us this is problematic. I'm going to call you. Yeah, you guys are family. Okay? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if somebody says this is problematic language. Screw that. You guys be my family. Okay? Hold on. Just popped to say good night, everyone. Okay, thank you, AJ. Thank you. And thank you for telling me that we have a new member. All right, guys, this should be interesting. Let me know if you guys want me to do more videos like this, okay? Yes, family. Yes. Awesome name. Agreed. Cool. All right, we're going to get started. When I play this, let me know how the audio is, okay? Oh, by the way, I've been having some connection issues. So if you see me all of a sudden disappear for a little bit, be patient. I'll be back, hopefully. Like it's just gonna do its own, the timing, I don't know what that's called, the whirly thing, and then I'll be back. All right. Cool. Let's watch this.
Yasir Qadhi does not like ex-Muslims, and we can understand why he...
You guys know who Yasir Qadhi is? Okay. I don't know if you guys are not up to date with all the drama. Yasir Qadhi is a Muslim scholar who is less of actually with Yasir Qadhi actually compared to other Islamic scholars. I think the air quotes should be like half, like not full on air quotes, because when Muslims refer to scholars, they're talking about, you know, what they consider scholarship, which is not scholarship. But to be fair, Yasir Qadhi has actually been, like, he's actually a scholar. Okay, I'll take back the air quotes. Okay, I'll take back the air quotes. Like, he's actually a scholar in a reputable university. He does study Islam beyond just the Islamic mumbo jumbo. He understands what non-Muslim scholars say about Islam, and he studied them. So he's technically a scholar. Okay, I'll take that back. Guys, give me back all the air quotes I sent your ways. Give it back. Yes, Western. Yeah, this is why a lot of Muslims hate Yasir Qadhi, because they're like, he thinks he's so serious Islamic scholar because he's been trained by Westerners. Why do you think like you're better than us? Because you've been trained by Western universities. Anyways, even though he is a scholar, okay, he's still an idiot. I mean, come on, he believes in religion, so obviously, but so he's like he's taken seriously by a lot of Muslims, but more recently he's he also is like a lot of Muslims hate him because of the holes in the narrative. You guys know what I mean. The holes in the narrative. You guys know about the drama. Okay, good. Holes in the narrative. The Quran hasn't been preserved. Yes, Mister. There we go, Peter. Mister Holes in the. It's just say holes in the narrative. You don't need to change it. It's already beautiful. What uni? I mean, you guys could look. Okay, fine. Do you want me to? You want me to look at this up for you? Look at Yasir Qadhi. What university? Pakistan Americans. Okay, yeah. The theologian part is bullshit. Okay. Oh snap! I swear. Okay, so he's a theologian. That part means that he's not. That part we don't accept as a scholar. Okay, that's nonsense. Okay, he's a theologian and preacher, but he's also served as the dean of academic affairs at Maghreb. Yeah, that's all nonsense. Here's where it actually gets serious. He's also taught in religious. Oh, there we go. Religious studies department at Road College in Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, so he used to just study in Islamic institutions, theology, which is basically studying nonsense and acting like you're a scholar. But then he went to actually into a real university. Wait, I thought he was like more. He was educated in a more reputable education, Islamic science, associate Arabic language, Islamic University, Yale University. There we go. On University of Houston. Okay, so he all of a sudden got serious at some point, and with that seriousness of actual real education of history and all that, and doing real scholarly work, comes this. I'm gonna say arrogance, as if you guys think it's an insult, okay? But justifiable arrogance, okay? I mean, come on, okay? You get to be arrogant if you do serious scholarship, okay? in such universities like that, right? So yeah, there we go. He has a PhD from Yale, okay? But with that arrogance comes a lot of resentment from all these other Muslims who think like they're not being taken seriously because their Islamic studies comes from Islamic universities, which are not real universities again. But they feel like, it seems like Yasir Qadhi feels like he's above them as well, because they do Islamic scholarship and he does Western scholarship. And he there's audio of him acting like saying that he had these methods, like there's no critical thinking in the processes that a lot of these Salafis and other people, when it comes to their knowledge of Islam, there's no critical, like he just said that there's no critical thinking involved, which is true. It's true. Okay, so people are like, okay, this guy is like, he's been corrupted by Westerners, by Western intellectualism, and now he thinks he's better than us. Okay, and that's why Yasir Qadhi, that's why he thinks there's holes in the narrative, because he's less insane than the rest of them, right? He can't deny real history. He can't deny the fact that all the narratives coming from the Islamic world about how perfectly preserved the Quran is, that narrative has, say with me, has holes in it. Big, giant holes, massive holes in the narrative. And thus we get to the famous phrase that we have songs about, holes in the standard narrative. There should be more songs about this, right? Anyways, but this guy is getting, Yasir Qadhi is getting so much hate from all sides because of this whole holes in the narrative. Guys, the drama behind this is like really long and complicated, so I'm not going to go over that, right? But he's now being used by the most famous anti-Islam content creators, which are unfortunately mostly Christian. This is why we appreciate the Apostate Prophet, because the people who are leading the anti-Islam content creation seem to be Christian all the time, right? Which is not good. But now we have Apostate Prophet. He seems to be catching up with the rest of them, so that's great. But everybody is like using Yasir Qadhi's mentioning of holes in narrative to be like, look at their own scholars are admitting that the Quran hasn't been preserved. Okay, and now he had enough. He came out and he started attacking everybody. He started going after David Wood. What was that other guy? Jay Smith. He went after him. Is that his name? Jay Smith. That guy actually has a PhD as well, I think. And there was other guy, forgot his name. The main guy that they all have been inspired by. But anyways, he also mentioned. I think he also mentioned Apostate Prophet without mentioning Apostate Prophet, because we as ex-Muslims, we are so vile and disgusting that just mentioning our name is just opening the doors of hell. Okay, so I think he would not even mention Apostate Prophet. He would murtads, these murtads. Okay, I think when he said murtad, do you guys know if when he was saying murtads, he was referring to Apostate Prophet? I assume he was referring to Apostate Prophet. So he came out with this video. He started swinging, and it was ridiculous. Okay, it backfired. But part of that was him going after after us, after people like us, ex-Muslim. We'll see. Actually, I don't know. Let's see David Wood's review of it, and let's be fair. If we think we disagree with David Wood, we'll say we disagree. I saw a lot of these Islamic channels. They're like, oh my God, why are atheists working with David Wood? It's ridiculous. These are atheists. And all of a sudden they're highlighting David Wood, who's a Christian. I guys, it's okay. It's okay. If you guys want to go after Christianity, okay, as Muslims, I'll work with you as well. Okay. If there's a Christian that is making some good points against Islam, I highlight them, I work with them. And if they have unfair, I'll mention that as well. And if a Muslim wants to go after Christianity and they are making some good points, I work with the Muslim. I work with the Muslim to go after Christianity. I don't discriminate. Okay?
Doesn't like ex-Muslims.
Okay, Yasir Qadhi doesn't like ex-Muslims.
Does not like...
Hold on, let's go back.
Sheikh Yasir Qadhi does not like ex-Muslims. And we can understand why he doesn't like ex-Muslims. His prophet ordered him to execute anyone who leaves Islam, and for 14 centuries, people like Yasir Qadhi have been beheading apostates.
Okay, that's what? That is okay. I assume that Yasir Qadhi does not want to kill anybody. Okay, I think that's unfair. Is he like trolling right now? I think he's trolling right now. He's gonna be like, that's an exaggeration.
But now he's not allowed to behead apostates.
What do you mean people like Yasir Qadhi? Okay, this is, I mean, come on. This is unfair. Maybe he's gonna. Do you guys? I don't think it's fair. I mean, come on, guys. These people are ridiculous enough for us to go after their crappy ideas. We don't have to suggest that they want to behead us and they just can't. Guys, I am charitable enough to assume that the vast majority of Muslims would not want to hurt us, even if they could. even if they could get away with it. You guys think that's? Yeah, I think it's way over the top. I mean, even if Yasir Qadhi like secretly wishes that, I'm not gonna assume that about him. I don't think that's very fair. I'm charitable enough to think, Yasir Qadhi has like ideas that I very much disagree with. Islam, I mean, come on. But if I had to guess, if I had to guess deep down inside, if he could, can I say this on YouTube? Stop people like me from breathing, people who left Islam, he would be like, no, I don't want. Like he's one of those guys. I think that what goes in his mind is like, I think somebody like Yasir Qadhi just wants to be recognized by academia and be treated like an intellectual and be celebrated and, be left with his classes and his books. That's what I assume about something like that. I don't think he goes like, "Oh, if only I could. Oh, if only these laws weren't there, I would be like, oh, I wish I could enforce the laws of my prophet." I mean, guys, I agree that Islam is vile and disgusting and it promotes violence, but it's not as simple as every Muslim wanting to do everything that it's in Islam. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that. Most Muslims are way better than Islam. He's just trolling. Well, it's not a good troll. I mean, why is he trolling? If he's trolling, this is a video that's supposed to teach us something. He shouldn't be trolling. How could his audience know that he's trolling? Have you ever heard Yasir Qadhi say that apostasy or blasphemy should not be punished in Muslim countries by death or imprisonment? No, but I would be charitable enough to think that that's because he knows what a major backlash that would get. Okay, I'm not defending the guy. I think that is cowardly. I think that's insincere. I'm not saying these people do not have views that could indirectly give legitimacy and authority to an ideology that does condone the killing of people like me. I just don't think that they think about it like that. I don't think they just sit in alone and be like, if only I could. Ooh, if only I could. I don't think they would think like that. Qasim saying, yes, I'm living among Muslims and lots of them know my point of view and my head is still where it should be. Yeah, most Muslims are better than Islam. I not just like how they present themselves, but I believe internally as well. Yasir Qadhi is a Daniel Hayraju who cares more about optics. I mean, how could you? Oh, by the way, thank you for the 2 super chats, James. But how could you know? Do you read people's minds? I'm gonna assume better about people. Whoa, you're giving me so many super chats today, James. Yasir Qadhi is Muhammad Hijab or Ali Dava plus 15 years and 30 IQ points. I don't know if that's true. I don't think they're. Well, I mean, I don't think they want the same things either. Just because it's not that simple, James. I mean, thank you for the super chats, but I don't agree with you. Just because it might be like their motivations are different as well, not just the level of knowledge they have and how smart they are. Wow, Matthew has an uncharitable position. See, this is also uncharitable now to David Wood. You're saying no, it's fair to wear Yasir Qadhi, but Westerners are afraid of Islam, so they have to make videos like this to impress new viewers. Again, this is now uncharitable to David Wood. Maybe David Wood genuinely believes this, and he believes it, and he's not lying. He's not being a grifter. He's genuinely wanting to save Western countries or the world even from this disease. Like, again, let's be also charitable to the intentions. Again, I don't know what goes. A lot of you seem to be able to think you can read minds. I'm trying to be charitable to Yasir Qadhi and David Wood at the same time. Anyways, All you need to know is that Islam is by itself is a disease. Okay, you don't have to be you don't need to be uncharitable to Islam, because Islam, everything about Islam is written on paper. You can read the Quran. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's written there. You can read the Quran. You can read the Hadith. Okay, but if you're judging people like this, you're implying that you could know their deepest intentions, desires, and intentions. Oh, there we go. Ayan is saying, Armin, I am still alive and I blaspheme a lot, and most Muslims don't follow the real Islam. They follow a modified version of Islam. They don't even think about whether or not what they're doing is Islamic or not. Most Muslims are most Muslims are influenced by Islam somewhat, and all of that influence is negative, but they're mostly influenced by other things other than Islam. That's how most Muslims are. Okay, but let's guys, we're 20 seconds in, and this video is 10 minutes. Jesus. No, wait. Jessica Christ, not Jesus Christ. Jessica Christ. Guys, if I dead name Jesus, if I dead name Jessica, let me know every time. Every time I dead name, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? I hope that was just for the people who follow us more closely.
Instead, he has to put up with them, and he is not happy about it.
And these
This is Yasir Qadhi, by the way. Hey, guys, the people who don't know, people who are new here, this is Yasir Qadhi.
murtads, I mean, frankly,
Mortads are us, people who used to be Muslim like me, and now they apostates. Basically, that's mortad in Arabic. So let's see what he thinks about us.
Happy about it.
And these murtads, I mean, frankly, it's as if they've chosen to eliminate any noble purpose in their lives, and so they have apparently decided to spend the rest of their lives proving to us how miserable they are after having left Islam.
So,
I mean, I don't feel miserable. That's such a cheap shot. Like, do you even need to respond to that? Like, I mean, if you are a fan of Yasir Qadhi, wouldn't you be like, I mean, come on, man, give us something better. Like, is this what you have to say against Mortads? I mean, does he genuinely think we're all just miserable and we're going after Islam because we're trying to prove to the rest of the world how miserable we are? I mean, if I am miserable, I am not very aware of it, that I'm miserable. I mean, if this is misery, then give me more misery.
Ex-Muslims like the Apostate Prophet and Abdullah Samir and Armin Navabi.
Hey, guys, we gotta mention that's what look at this. I'm gonna replay this one more time. Wait, guys. That's me.
So, ex-Muslims like the Apostate Prophet and Abdullah Samir and Armin Navabi and Hera Sultan have eliminated any noble purpose in life.
Eliminated. Okay.
It's as if they've chosen to eliminate any noble purpose in their lives.
If they had only remained Muslims, they could have retained a noble purpose, like calling for the public beheadings of apostates.
There's a reason why there's a capital punishment, because people like you, little weaklings who leave their religion and cause corruption in the land by spreading it, the capital punishment in Islamic law would be applied to you. We have no doubt, and we're proud of that.
Guys, this has become so famous. This is the second famous line that came out of this whole drama. We're proud of that. Okay, so remember these lines. Okay, holes in the standard narrative, and also this whole we're proud of that. Okay, I think you guys have heard me say this a lot of times. Okay, this is Ali Davo being proud of having laws that means that people like me should be executed under an Islamic regime. He says we're proud of that.
Corruption in the land by spreading it, the capital punishment in Islamic law would be applied to you. We have no doubt, and we're proud of that.
We're proud of that. Guys, we need an emote for this, and we need an Ali Dava emote for our members. And every time we do something that requires some pride, we have to be like, we're proud of that, and we do the Ali Davud emote.
Yeah, capital punishment will be applied in an Islamic state.
But these ex-Muslims have decided to prove how miserable they are.
And so they have apparently decided to spend the rest of their lives proving to us how miserable they are after having left Islam.
Ex-Muslims seem to have a strange obsession with the religion they left.
Every single tweet and video is about the faith that they hate so much. You know, it's like if you go through a bad relationship or divorce, just leave and move on. But these murtads, they are so cringeworthy as to not even warrant their names being mentioned, much less their ramblings refuted.
That's true, guys. That is true. I often think about some lonely nights when I'm sitting here. I think about Islam. I miss it so much. This is why I have a Quran here. Where is my Quran? There we go. This is why. Why did you leave me? Why? Wait. Take me back. Take me back. Please. Wait. This is the Quran. Hey, trigger warning to Muslims. Trigger warning. Don't tell me I didn't tell you. I'm going to desecrate some Quran. This is my Quran. We used to be together for so long. No. Maybe later.
Interesting new strategy. If you can't behead them, just dehumanize them by refusing to so much as mention their names.
These murtads, they are so cringeworthy as to not even warrant their names being mentioned.
Tell us what you really think, Dr. Qadhi.
Really, frankly, I mean,
I think he's talking about Apostle Prophet. Who else is he talking about? Maybe Abdullah Samir and Harris Sultan.
it's frankly pathetic, the lives that they're living. But khair, that is.
How do you know the lives that we're living? Like, come on. Like, this guy is supposed to be like a serious scholar. Okay? By the way, guys, look at his background. I want Sahih Bukhari. Like, I have like a joke, pathetic Sahih Bukhari. Look at this one. I want like one of those serious ones that he has. You see this in this background? When you put them all next to each other and it starts writing Bukhari in your bookshelf. Ooh, look at that's his YouTube. Look at him. He's proud of his YouTube plaque as well. Yeah, I want one of these that you put and then it reads Bukhari when you put them next to each other. I want one of them. Okay, not this pathetic Sahih Bukhari that I have. Okay, I know I have this, but this is not like one of those cool looking hadiths. But I mean, come on, dude. Come on, man. How do you know what kind of a life we're living? Like pathetic lives? Like you don't know what happens when we like turn off the camera. You don't know. Maybe I have an orgy planned right after this. You don't know what's like. This is your comeback. At least like say what they said that is wrong. You're talking about how pathetic the lives that they're living is. You have no idea. Like, what is this comeback? Look at this.
It's frankly pathetic, the lives that they're living. But khair, that is their choice, and they will have to answer on the Day of Judgment.
Now, you may have missed it, but Yasir Qadhi offered an analogy in his attack.
Okay, David Woods is really funny though. Okay, like how could you miss that?
On ex-Muslims.
It's like if you go through a bad relationship or divorce, just leave and move on.
Ex-Muslims are to Islam what a woman is to her ex-boyfriend.
I don't remember sticking my penis in Islam, but sure, okay, we go with that analogy.
It's like if you go through a bad relationship or divorce, just leave and move on.
Just as a woman should move on after a breakup, so also ex-Muslims should move on after leaving Islam.
Hmm. I mean, you guys know I was like pretending right now, okay? It's, let's be fair, let's be honest here. I'm not the needy one in this relationship, okay? You come on, guys, okay? That was all a joke, okay? When I was, all the sex I had with Islam, it was so great. It was the best sex Islam has ever had, okay? It's the best sex Islam ever had. You have no idea, okay? Islam continues to drip every time she thinks about me. Just automatically she starts dripping, okay? As soon as she thinks about me. That's why they're coming after us. Okay, so it's not me. This was all just a joke, okay? I left Islam. She can't move on, okay? She is a crazy one. She's like one of those craziest ones out there, okay? Like, she would want me dead if that means I'm not going to be with anyone else, right? I've been like, I'm now with Enlightenment Values, okay? Very great relationship we have. Everything's fantastic. But Islam is so jealous that if she can't have me back, she's going to have me dead. Because nobody can have me if Islam can't have me. That's how crazy the situation is, okay? So this is not me. I've moved on. I moved on, okay? But this bitch be crazy, okay? And I have to warn other people, okay? Because she's going after other people as well. And I need to try to save them.
I actually like this analogy. I think it's a good analogy. But as is often the
Oh yeah. You're right. This is why they say the standard narrative has holes in it.
As is often the case with analogies, we need to fill in some details to make the analogy stronger. So let's modify the situation between the woman and her ex-boyfriend to make it a bit more analogous to the situation between ex-Muslims and Islam.
I like this game. This is fun. This is a fun game.
Suppose a little girl is born into the world and her parents raise her to love a certain man. Before she can even form rational thoughts, her parents are raising her to be madly in love with this man, no matter what he does. Moreover, the parents make all kinds of false claims about the man because they them.
Oh, I don't like it. They're making Islam the man and we're the... Sure, fine. I'll be the girl. Islam can be the man. It's okay.
Themselves were raised to believe.
David Wood, you just made this a little bit less fun, but it's okay. We play it by your rules.
These false claims. They tell their daughter that the man's suit has been perfectly and miraculously preserved, even though the suit is covered in holes.
Holes in the standard narrative. Holes in the standard narrative. That's what he's saying. That's what, isn't he? Yeah, I think so.
They tell their daughter that the man is a brilliant scientist, even though he thinks that the sun sets in a muddy pool. They tell their daughter that he's the greatest man who ever lived, even though the man is a sick, twisted, manipulative, violent moron.
That's good. That's good. That's good. You know, I like when people do comedy and the comedy is good and they look at the camera without any... I guess this is good comedy. Come on, David Wood. Yep. Come on, guys. That's pretty good.
The girl is forced into a relationship with this man, and he spends the entire relationship manipulating and controlling her.
I don't even know who you are. Look at this comment. Removing my comments and don't even answer me in chat. You are so insignificant and your comments are so insignificant. Why would I even bother spending half a second removing your comments?
Oddly enough, his main obsession is forcing her to dress and eat and drink and think and talk and even go to the bathroom like a 7th century Arab, even though she's not Arab and lives in the 21st century. But she does it. She obeys because he's her boyfriend and a master manipulator. Eventually, however, she's watching some YouTube videos about...
Hey, David Wood is giving himself. I mean, to be fair, he does deserve credit for making a lot of people leave Islam, but that's good.
boyfriend.
So she found out she was like submitting to Islam, and then she discovered David Wood videos, and that's why she's now an ex-Muslim.
And she sees critics of her boyfriend providing conclusive proof that he's a sick, twisted, manipulative, violent moron. His suit is covered in holes.
Okay. My story is different, okay? When I didn't watch any videos. I figured it out myself. Guys, look at me. I was in an Islamic country, surrounded by Muslims. I did not know anybody in person, anybody in my life that was not a Muslim. Okay? I didn't know anybody that was not a Muslim. And I was not exposed to any anti-Islamic content. Any books, any people, and I figured it out. I was like, this stuff is crazy. This is all a lie. Right? Come on, guys. That's pretty good, isn't it? Is unbrainwash a word? I unbrainwashed myself without any other. The two things that had a major influence on me was biology and history. And none of the biology that I was reading and none of the history that I was reading was intended to suggest that religion is a BS. And yet, after studying history and studying biology, as a teenager, I came to this conclusion. I came to the conclusion that, yeah, this is all man-made stuff, isn't it? The only thing that held me back to think like maybe I'm wrong was the implied arrogance that I figured something out that nobody around me has figured out. Nobody that I know of has figured this out. So the only thing that gave me pause was me like thinking like, am I really suggesting here, Armin, are you really this arrogant to think that you figured something out by yourself and nobody around you, including these university profs and doctors and your teachers and your family, nobody figured this out. And you peeny little you, just sat down and thought about it and you figured out that this is all man-made? So I was like, that's a major claim here. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe everybody is saying something that I'm not saying. But I was like, nah, I think I'm right. Okay? And then once I looked into it a bit more, I was like, my arrogance was justified. It was justified arrogance. And ever since then, if somebody tells me like, you're being arrogant, then I realize that, yes, and rightfully so.
He's not a brilliant scientist. The only reason she loved him was that she had been manipulated into loving him, first by her parents and later by the evil manipulator himself. So she breaks up with him. She leaves him. Her parents are enraged. They say, "We will never accept you as our daughter until you go back to your boyfriend, no matter what he does to you."
My story is a bit different. I mean, what he's saying is pretty common, to be fair to David, but okay? What he's saying for a lot of ex-Muslims, this is very, very common. My story is, I told my parents that I'm an atheist now, and they said, thank God, because what I was before I was an atheist was this religious extremist that I was trying to enforce Sharia law in the house. I was trying to get my parents to be more observant, like not just be nominal Muslims, be actual practicing Muslims. And that annoyed the crap out of my parents, okay? So when I told my parents that I'm an atheist, they said, "Oh, thank God," because they thought like, "Oh my God, this religious police in our house is not religious anymore." So they were happy for half a second because they soon realized, okay, this way they soon realized after that this is not any better. In fact, this is a lot worse because what they didn't put two and two together, because what they should have realized is that when our son, when he was religious, he couldn't shut up about Islam. He couldn't shut up about it, right? So what they should have concluded is now that he's an atheist, he's also not going to be able to shut up about it. And that's not safe. That's not safe in Iran. In Iran, being a rebellious atheist teenager that can't stop talking about atheism, it's pretty dangerous, right? So they went from being annoyed to being terrified. Anyways.
She then realizes that her parents have been manipulated by him as well, and that he's such a masterful manipulator, he can destroy her relationship with her own family. That's how much control he has. This sounds like the script of a Lifetime movie. But she won't go back to him. So he starts sending her messages saying, "No one leaves me. If I can't have you, no one will.
Yes.
I'm going to find you and I'm going to kill you."
Oy.
He even sends his most devout servants to threaten her with capital punishment for leaving him.
The capital punishment in Islamic law would be applied to you. We have no doubt. And we're proud of that.
That's when she notices something even more disturbing. She notices that her ex-boyfriend, the master manipulator, is grooming millions of other girls.
Okay. You guys might think like I'm being naive here. No, actually I did. I was gonna say I didn't fear. No, there are so many examples that I was scared. I'm being honest with you guys, okay? There were some times that I was afraid that something is gonna genuinely happen to me. I was gonna say that most of the, like, I've been doing atheist activism for the past, I don't know, 15 years now, I think. And most of the time I felt it's good. But there were some times that, like, I remember when I was in Canada, in North Vancouver. I used to live in North Vancouver, and I remember that I used to live in this apartment that was very, very small, and I used to do like my atheist activism on a laptop on the floor. And I remember sometimes dreaming about the Basij, the morality police from Iran, knocking at my door in Canada. Like I woke up to it, like, oh my God, I'm okay. I'm in Canada. They can't reach me here. And actually I was a bit afraid a little bit, because I always felt when I became a Canadian resident, because I wasn't yet a citizen, I was full on doing my activism. I came out as the person behind Atheist Republic. I don't know. Yeah, so I did, like, we became the world's largest atheist community. And I always felt like, you know what? I'm a resident. I'm not a citizen. I can still I could still one day be sent back or something. I don't know. And I would be killed. So I think that when I got my citizenship, I felt like, oof, I'm safe now. I'm safe. There's nothing. They can't come after me. You know what I mean? I'm safe. Like, I don't know. That sense of freedom and security was there. So yeah. So I was gonna act all brave and all, and be like, I never felt unsafe. But come on, I did my activism in Canada, not in Iran. Okay. So I don't have the balls that the ex-Muslims in Iran or in Saudi Arabia or in Bangladesh or in Pakistan or even in India or even in Tunisia or Malaysia and Indonesia, even those, okay? I don't have the balls to do what they do. I needed the safety and security of Canada to be able to do what I did, okay? But I don't think most ex-Muslims don't. Most ex-Muslims are not ex-Muslim activists, right? So most ex-Muslims in non-Islamic countries, the worst they have to deal with is backlash from the community and their family, most of them. If you're ex-Muslim in Canada, United States, UK, France, you're not afraid of somebody coming in. Let's not exaggerate, guys. Let's be honest here. You're not afraid of anybody coming in. Unless, like, for you to have some fear, you have to be like a full-on activist out there. And most ex-Muslims aren't. Most ex-Muslims, if they come out, they just come to their community and to their family, and that's about it. Maybe the most of the activism that they would do is maybe join an ex-Muslim chapter in their city and meet with other ex-Muslims. They're not afraid of anybody, killing them or anything like that, right? Activists, their situation is a bit different. They're like more high profile, more people end up hating on them, more people are trying to like reach them somehow. I had to get the police involved twice. Yeah, but unless you're an ex-Muslim in an Islamic country, most often you're not worried about anybody going chuppy on you. No, not honor killings are not that common relative in non-Islamic countries, though. Ian is saying, Armin, you have balls. I only took a punch from my dad. Yeah, I think I was privileged when it comes to my family. Very privileged. I never faced any backlash from my family. In fact, when my mom died, she died as an atheist. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, what about people who get cut off financially when they've been dependent? Yeah, that's a huge problem. That's very common as well. But that's not the same as being worried about being somebody going choppy on you. Again, I'm using quoted language because I don't know what YouTube rules are.
She knows from experience that these girls will be deceived, exploited, and betrayed. She knows from experience that these girls will be forced to dress and eat and drink and think and talk and even go to the bathroom like 7th century Arabs, even though they're not 7th century Arabs.
I think there's a bit of an exaggeration going on here. Like, this is not... Oh, wait, are we talking about Islam or Muslims? Okay, I guess yes. I guess Islam, if you're talking about Islam as an ideology, then this is accurate, okay? What David Wood is saying is accurate, okay? But thankfully, most Muslims are not enforcing this Islamic... Yeah, actually, I take it back. When I said most ex-Muslim in non-Islamic countries, they don't face this level of threat. Well, David Wood is not talking about the threat that you are... He's talking about Islam, okay? Islam, if you could personify Islam as an ideology, if that was a person, then yeah, that person would want you dead for sure. Luckily, the vast majority of Muslims do not really reflect Islam, right? So David, actually, yeah, I take that back. He's not exaggerating because he's talking about Islam if that was a person. And what he's saying about Islam, that's completely accurate. Everything he's saying is completely accurate right now. Guys, if you guys ask a question that has nothing to do with this live stream, then I'm not going to highlight your comments.
She knows that everything her ex-boyfriend tells them will be a lie. So she decides that for her own safety and for the sake of the millions of girls who are being manipulated and for the good of all future generations, she must expose her ex-boyfriend and show the world what a sick, twisted, manipulative, violent moron he really is. So she makes her first video.
Yeah, this is maybe because Islam, if it was a person, Islam would be a dom. Maybe that's why it never worked out for me, because I'm a dom as well, and Islam is a dom. Islam wants everybody to submit to them. So I was like, no, you submit to me. And Islam was like, no, I don't do submitting. You submit to me. And I was like, I don't think this relationship is going to work out for us.
Her new
It's okay, Ayan. I don't remember what you were saying, but it's fine. I know you as Ayan now.
YouTube channel. The video is titled, Why I Left My Boyfriend. That's when she starts getting mocked and insulted by one of her ex-boyfriend's enforcers, a loyal member of the grooming squad.
It's like if you go through a bad relationship or divorce, just leave and move on.
Oh,
Yeah, that's such a dumb comment. Oh my God, Qadhi. Yasir Qadhi. Yasir, why? Why, Yasir? That's such a dumb comment. Like, do you not know what the comeback to this is? Like, when you post a video like that, do they just assume that you don't know what the comeback to that is? Like, does he not know what the obvious comeback to that is? Like, isn't it obvious? Like, yeah, we would wish that we could just leave Islam and not talk about it. Islam doesn't leave us. Islam is like, oh my God. I mean, do I even need to say it? Like, the obvious comeback is that this bitch be crazy. He's chasing after us. And he's also harming other people. I mean, I guess it's the guy. This is a crazy maniac is hurting other people. What would it, like, guys, the endless numbers of examples that I come up with, right? Let's say you're a heroin addict, okay? And then you somehow figure it out, and I don't know how, and you're not addicted anymore, okay? And you're not going around and telling people like, hey, I can help you. I did this. I used to be an addict and I'm not anymore. Do you go to this guy like, why are you talking about heroin all the time? You used to be an addict. You're not an addict anymore. Just move on with your life. Or like, you could be like, well, but there's other people. Like, just move on with your life. Yeah, okay, but I also want to help. Move on with your life. There's no heroin. You're not I get it. You used to be an addict. You're not. Why do you have to constantly talk about it? Just move on. Move on. Why it's about other people? Move on. Does that make sense? I mean, come on. Like, it's so simple. I don't even know. I don't even feel like coming up with examples like this because how dumb that comment is. Yes, I think Christopher is right. They count on people listening only to them and not actually watching the videos of ex-Muslims. That's why they're not naming them. That's why they're not naming them, because, like, well, I mean, David Wood is already like really famous among them, but they're worried if more people discover Apostate Prophet, then they're really screwed. Okay, that's why he doesn't even mention Apostate Prophet.
Oh, you'd love it if she just moved on, wouldn't you, Dr. Qadhi? You'd love it if, after years of manipulation and abuse, she just kept her pretty little mouth shut about how that violent, manipulative control freak who used to be her boyfriend is telling lies and ruining lives.
Wait. Islam, you think my mouth is pretty? Aww. I miss you.
You love it because you're a manipulative control freak too. You know, Dr. Qadhi, your real purpose in all of this isn't your scholarly work. That's just a show to cover up your real job here. You're more like a slimy PR rep who goes around trying to discredit the victims of your violent, abusive, perverted, power-hungry client. You keep blaming the victims and gaslighting them so that your client can go on abusing people. That's pretty much all you are in this world. It's what you've been reduced to. And you say that ex-Muslims are the ones who are living.
Wait, what did you just say? You guys were distracting me. Who's been reduced to what? I was paying attention to you guys.
That's pretty much all you are
Who?
in this world. Fighting them so that your client can go on abusing people. That's pretty much all you are in this world. It's what you've been reduced to. And you say that ex-Muslims are the ones who are living pathetic lives?
Really, frankly, I mean, it's frankly pathetic, the lives that they're living.
Why do you do this? because you've been manipulated too, Dr. Qadhi.
Oh.
Since we're drawing.
Yeah, you know what? You should feel sorry for Dr. Yasir Qadhi too. He's been manipulated. He's like, oh, Dr. Yasir Qadhi, you're upset. You're so upset. Show me where Islam touched you. Look at those pretty cheeks. Oh, look at this. Where did Islam touch you? Show me on this doll.
It's frankly pathetic. The
You know, you're right. You know, David was right. He's a victim of Islam as well.
lives that they're living.
Why do you do this? Because you've been manipulated too, Dr. Qadhi. Since we're drawing analogies, I can say that you're like one of the victims of
Yes. Yes. Wow, David Wood with a good take.
the UK rape gangs who got older
Oh wait.
and then helped the rape gangs find new victims.
Wait, I don't know where this is going. What? Oh shit. Oh yeah, I get it. Oof, that got very dark. That got very dark. Yeah, I guess it's true.
But thanks for the analogy.
Hmm.
I think it's going to come in handy.
Yes.
Probably not as handy as the holes in the narrative interview that's been destroying people's confidence in the Quran, but it will still come in handy. Now, let me ask all of the ex-Muslims who are watching, what do you think of Sheikh Yasir Qadhi's
Wait, he's talking to me.
relationship analogy now that we've improved it?
Yes.
Muslims keep asking you why you don't simply move on. In the comments section, explain to them why you keep talking about Islam.
Guys, we think, you know, David Wood is right. We could make a lot of analogies with what Yasir Qadhi said. We could come up with so many stories if we keep comparing our past with Islam, like a relationship. We could like rephrase all our problems, all the issues we had, and we could like sit around. You know how abuse victims sit together and talk about what their abusive partner did to them. We could be like ex-Muslims could be like, then he did this, then he did that. That would be fun, right? I don't know. We could make it something like that. I think this is yeah. I like it. Anyways, let me just pay a little bit of attention to the live chat and see what you guys are saying. Luke is saying, of course, you can make the same analogy by Christianity, at least in my experience. Not as bad, but still a tad hypocritical. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna go after Christianity. Here's the thing. A lot of Muslims feel like, oh my God, Armin, why are you agreeing with David Wood? He's a Christian. And yeah, Christianity is absolutely batshit crazy and ridiculous and harmful. But then I'll tell those Muslims, like, don't worry. It's okay. All right. I disagree with you on Islam. But if you make a good point, I'll highlight your good point and I'll agree with you, right? I mean, I'm not gonna, like, everybody has takes that I disagree with. I'm not gonna make full-on agreement a condition for me to highlight the agreements I have with people, right? Matthew is saying, I believe that Yasir Qadhi has been manipulated, but what makes David Wood think he hasn't been manipulated with the Christianity? Well, he has been, but guys, this is like whataboutism. This is whataboutism. What about Christianity, right? What about Christianity? Well, Christianity is crazy and stupid, but we can sometimes talk. I don't understand. But here's the thing: I don't understand. People don't do that with when you attack Christianity. You know, when you attack Islam, people are like, but you're a Christian, and but I know when you attack Christianity, people don't keep saying. Most people don't say, "What about Islam?" No, you guys are having a atheist versus theist fight in the live chat with somebody, eh? Christopher saying, I have mixed feelings about David Wood. He's an ally to ex-Muslims, but I don't understand how he can critique Islam but not see many of the same problems in Christianity. Well, why do you have to? Okay, but You know, if that's your standard, there's like literally nobody that you could work with, right? Christopher, do you think like don't have views that if I keep talking and give you my views, Christopher, there's gonna reach at least a couple of topics that you're gonna be like, oof, I didn't know Armin believed that. How could he believe it? I thought he was very I thought like I agree with him, but not like I'm pretty sure there's certain views I have right now that if you hear them, you're gonna be like, God damn it, Armin, how could you believe that, right? And same to you, right? If you keep giving me all your views, eventually it's gonna get to a place where I'm gonna be like, how could you believe that? That's crazy, right? So, but we cannot be like, just every time you're listening to somebody and they're saying something that you agree with, you don't have to dismiss that agreement because you know there are other things that they believe in that is crazy. Oh my God. Okay, I don't get this. I keep telling you guys where to put the video recommendations. It's in our Discord server. Go to our Discord server, link in the description. There's video recommendation. That's where you could recommend videos, not here in the live chat. No one is saying David would calling somebody else manipulated is like Armin calling someone else loud. But no one, I'm sure I am manipulated right now about something. I just don't know what. Okay, like again, Muslims. This is why a lot of you guys cannot separate your hatred from like religion or Islam or Christianity. You can't separate that from the people that believe in these things. Okay. That's why you like when somebody saying something that might be true, you keep remember like, but they believe something that's BS. You can't shake that off, right? You know, this is why I can get along with Muslims, right? By reminding myself that okay, they are being manipulated by this Islam thing, but I'm almost sure that there are certain things that I believe right now that is a product of me being manipulated by some, I don't know, agenda or something. I just don't know which ones. If I knew which ones there were, I would stop believing them, right? So just be forgiving to people. Just be like, you know what, just in your mind, be like, you know what this thing you believe in is just so dumb. It's so dumb. Oh my God, it's so dumb, but it's okay. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. It's okay. You're just human. Okay, you're humaning. This is what humans do. They have moronic takes. What is this? I don't know. Is this a video recommendation? Discord server. We have a Discord server, so you could do that. Let me see. Okay, cool. Oh my God, there's idiots in the live chat that think that they have completely figured me out. What is this? Christopher saying Christianity has just as long as history of Inquisition, Crusades, witch hunts, and persecution of religious minorities and oppressors. They only stopped because they lost their. No, okay, yes, all of that is true, but let's be fair. Islam is objectively more destructive. Okay, come on, guys. Yes, Christianity has a history of harm, but Islam as an ideology, it's a way, way, way more destructive force than Christianity could ever be. Even though Christianity is extremely dangerous and destructive. Oh, Deborah, I look at it like any dangerous call. Even when people get out, they need to warn others about the danger. Yes. I mean, they don't need to, but if they do, we understand. Okay? But yeah, I agree. Okay, no one, you're saying, whenever people say, Armin, I never said, yeah, I wasn't. When I highlight your comment, I'm using it to say other things. It's not everything. I'm not implying something about your comment. I don't understand. Like if I highlight your comment, I might respond to it a little bit, but then it also makes me want to say other things that is coming to my mind. Not everything I'm saying is a reflection of what you said. I have to explain this every time. You say, Armin, I never said. Yes, but you just made me think of other things to say. Okay, so Armin, I've never said we were manipulated by something. I didn't say that you said that I wasn't manipulated by something. I think we're all manipulated by something. Yeah, okay. I didn't say you disagree. All was just pointing out his hypocrisy, which you're guilty of doing too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm guilty of that. Yeah, but I didn't say you. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's my default position, and I like it. People like. All right, Armin Navabi, you are Scarif. Okay, I'll be okay. Sure. Armin, show your abs. Everyone will simp for you. I mean, I have too many simps now. I don't know if I want to. I can't. I don't want like. I don't know. I don't want to increase that. I think I have to. I don't want to make my already existing simps too jealous. Okay. I care for my simps. Right. I don't want if they grow in too much, then they're gonna feel like ignored. Okay. Talking about simps. Ghostman is saying when leaving an abusive relationship, it's better to talk about that abuse and help people see the red flags in their own relationship. Of course, the abuser is gonna get mad for being called out too. Yes, good one. All right, I'm gonna head out. It's fun hanging out with you guys. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. Okay, you guys are awesome. I'm gonna go. And make sure you subscribe. You thought it's not gonna happen? Who thought? Did you really think I'm not gonna do that? Did you really think I'm not gonna do that? How could I not do that? What would I do with the absence of hekmah if I didn't do it? It's the dharma. It's your dharma. It's my dharma. It's everyone's dharma to subscribe. Do it now.